Hello. Well, Walter and I are here, and we want to tell you a little bit more about me. A little get to know you type thing. Um, let's see. I'm 22. Like you already know, my name is Lexi, and I was born and raised in a really small town in the middle of nowhere in Kansas. If you don't know where Kansas is, it's right in the middle of the United States, the place that no one ever goes, or if they do, they're like, what is this place? Bye. So I had to grow up. I mean, it's not traditional, but what's really traditional nowadays? My mom and dad weren't married when they had me. They never got married. My dad was in and out. I mean, he didn't like live with us or anything, but he came in and out of my life pretty frequently. So, I mean, as a child, no one will be able to figure that out. Had some anger issues because of it, but honestly, I know everyone says this and it sounds cliche, and saying something sounds cliche, but I'm okay with it. Like, it made me who I am now, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, I had anger issues, and sometimes I still get pretty angry at little things that don't mean anything. But before I get too deep into it, basically, I have a brother who is 16 and a sister who is 8, and led for a really weird household. One, they're half brother and sister, but no one really thinks about that. But we're so spread out, like 22, 16, and 8. None of us were like kids at the same time, and we all are in different phases of life all the time until we're like 50. We might be close to each other in life experiences at that point. But grew up feeling more like an adult because my mom was only 20 when she had me, so none of her friends had kids. So I was always in the awkward middle. Like, my brother's more along the lines of when you have kids, at least where I'm from. So I always wanted to sit at the adult table, or I ended up babysitting the kids or whatever else. So you had to find some ways to entertain yourself. And I played basically anything you could think of: volleyball, soccer, softball, basketball. I cheered for a couple of years, did golf, even though we didn't have a girls' team. Me and my friend were on the guys' team for a year. Just anything to stay active. Some musicals, was in a cappella choir. It really helped that I went to a tiny, tiny school, so I had opportunities to do a bunch of things at once. Now, I'm a pretty avid reader. Like you can see, I have all these books, and I actually just went and sold 33 books at a store today, and my bookshelf is still over halfway full, and I've got to try to downsize before I move. But I'm really sarcastic. I try not to be as bad. When I first went to college, that was like my thing. I was sarcastic, and it almost annoyed me how sarcastic I was. So if I was annoying myself, obviously I was annoying other people. I love my dog Walter. Soon you'll see a video that's all going to be only about him, so look forward to that. Being stationary kind of seems boring to me, and I know at one point I will eventually want to stay in one place, but right now I just want to go everywhere all the time. Like, I went to New York last week, 2 weeks ago. I'm going to Disney World in 2 weeks. Less than that. I'm going to Disney World in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. So I'll have a video for you from Disney World as well. You'll get to see my mom and sister and grandma, and they're all crazy just like me, so be prepared for that. But I just thought now would be a good time to just let you know a little bit more about me before I get to know all of you. And if you have any questions, or my friends will tell you, like, I don't really do relationships, haven't had a boyfriend in a long time. I don't really know why, but we'll see. But I am very good at giving advice, even though I don't really need that advice for myself as much. But I do like giving it if people ask me. I don't want to just tell you what to do, obviously. So feel free to hit me up. Just want to talk to someone. Anything, let me know. I'm totally down for it. Time for the story. So the story is kind of weird. Must have been 2004. In 2004, George Bush was running for president again, and he came to Topeka, Kansas, where I'm from, and had a rally. I don't even remember why all the cheerleaders were a part of it. They got to be up on stage and meet him. But I was there for some reason. I don't understand why. Me and my friend were there, and huge arena just full of people. And I thought, what would be a good idea? Let's start the wave. Like, we're sitting here, we're waiting. Bush was late for some reason, security thing or something. So it was like 30 minutes where we were supposed to be listening to him and nothing was happening. So I was like, okay, we can do this. So I was like, so me and my friend went to the front of our section and we got a couple rows to start doing the wave with us. Slowly but surely, we finally got this wave going around at the presidential rally. So we were really excited. It went on for like a minute or two, and then someone shut all the lights off in the stadium. And then they came back on and it was all normal. And so we're like, that's kind of weird. One of the moms that are up in the political arena told my mom, Secret Service turned off the lights to shut down the wave because it was too many moving people and too many threats and they couldn't really survey the crowd. So that's my story on how I started the wave and ended up getting shut down by the Secret Service because I was a threat to the president. Smell you later.